I'm going to show you another super fast rune farm that you can do early game. It's not going to be as crazy as that 4.6 million one, but there's reasons you might want an alternative one. For example, if you killed the guy who's standing right there, then you don't have an early game farm anymore, and there's other reasons why you may not want to do it. And there is an alternative. And it's decently good. It's like, I don't know, 10,000 runes a minute or something like that. So there's a place called Fort Ferrith, and in it is a loop that we're going to run. Now, in order to do that, you're going to have to already be level like 35. It depends on what class you started with. So in order to get there, you can either kill the dragon in front of there with a bleed weapon, like I have in a different video. I might link in the description. I was going to be linked in the description. I might link it in the top below the first paragraph, though. Or you can do the boulder exploit, which I'll also link in the description of this video below the first paragraph if you want to do that instead. Once you hit level 35, don't spend your stuff, like because you're going to want a specific loadout, because over here, you can just run here, by the way. You don't have to fight Godric or anything. You can just run under this bridge right here, and then you can go down the bridge and then come around like, you know, this little side path and then get up here early. And then you can just run out here. You can go to like this King's Realm ruins, and there'll be like an invisible fake wall at the end, and you smack it, it disappears, and you go here. And you go over to this Carnia Manor, and in here it's kind of higher level, but you can just run through and ignore everything. And I have a video on what to do here to get item called the Sword of Night and Flame. You'll need, I think it was 14 strength, 14 dex, 24 intelligence, 24 faith, or maybe it was, I actually have it right here. 12 strength, 12 dex, 24 and 24 faith. And once you have this, then suddenly this one farming route is open to you, because it has an ability that we need in order to farm it. Also, you can do a farm it just a little bit, and then you're going to want to go back to Road to the Manor. There's a guy literally right next to this who sells somber smithing stones, and you can buy enough to get that Sword of Night and Flame up to +4, which will make this a little bit smoother, what we're trying to do here. The other thing that you're going to want to do, once you have that Sword of Night and Flame, if you want to, you can go to the Abandoned Cave, and the Sword of Night and Flame should hopefully carry you through. I have a video on this. It's for the Golden Scarab. It'll give you bonus XP per hour, so that's another thing worth getting. And then, well, there's actually, for early game, I was going to have one more thing, but it's only early game we're talking here. It doesn't matter. Okay, so then you're going to go to Fort Ferrith. And in here, there is a route of enemies that you are going to want to run through and then fast travel back. So this is where it spits you out. Now, you're going to have the Sword of Night and Flame, and you need to know how to do this. So you hold your heavy left attack and then do a quick right hand attack, and it'll do this attack. There's actually two. You also can do this, but you don't want to do that. You just want to do the laser beam, okay? Also, you're going to want to have a bunch of cerulean tears, at least like 3. It depends on how much mind you have. Like, I have 10, I think, on this character, so it's kind of rough. And like, you can do this early. You don't need to be strong. Like, I'm super strong right now, but don't even worry about that. That's not relevant. You'll see I don't even get hit if I do this right. So what happens is you're going to come running into here, and there will be these gargoyles hanging from the rafters. You can see them in the background. Now, there's 2 types. There's one that you'll be able to one-shot at this point, once you have all the stuff I just mentioned. And that's it. Easy. Now, the way to time it, though, he'll come off the rafters, and he'll flip right side up. And when he does, when you see his feet being below him instead of above him, then you'll start charging your spell, okay? You'll see what I mean here. I'll show you. So he's going to flip right there, and then I tap it. Right as soon as you see his feet on the bottom. Now, this is a route that you have to run fast. At this point, I'm going to have to probably reset. But next thing you would do is head over here, and then from a distance, just get this guy. And then after that guy, you're going to round this corner and cast at this guy right here. But he'll be in a different position if you go fast. So I'll finish him. And for you, it'll take 3 hits at this point if you have a +4. But it's fine. As long as you hit those guys back to back to back, then they won't be able to get up off the ground. But if you hesitate, if you do it wrong, their hitboxes will get all jank and you'll miss and stuff. So you need to do this right. Like, it takes a little bit of practice. But once you get the practice down, it's good. So you'll get on your horse, then jump up here. You'll get up here and jump off your horse. You'll come in here, feet right side up, start casting. Okay, and you will one-tap those if you have the sword +4. And then you one-tap this one, and then you'll round this. And for you, it'll take 3 hits. So you'll hit this once, and then you'll hit him as soon as he's down. And depending on your mind, you may have to pop a flask before rounding the corner, or pop one here, depends on your mind. And then this guy, the same thing, but would be 3 hits. So you would do that, you would do another, and then you would just do one more. And you just got to know, based on your mind and your flasks, where in this cycle you're going to have to do this. So the next one's going to be right here, and you're going to come over here and do the same thing. As soon as you see his feet on the bottom, you're going to cast. And then you're going to head over this way, and if you need to, you're going to pop another flask. Make sure you got enough to do 2 in a row, or 3 in a row, I mean, for you guys, if you're doing it +4. This guy will creep out at this point, and you just get him. He'll have a straight shot on him. And then this last one, you're just going to get in front of him, and feet right side up. And as soon as this is done, you're going to open the map, and then fast travel out, back to the Grace. If you do this right, you should be able to, in where you guys will be doing it, where it takes 3 shots to kill the strong ones, I think about 1 minute and 10 seconds, maybe 1 minute 15 max in order to go through here and do this. If you're where I'm at, where you can just like blast them and just get them in 2 shots, then you can do this in around 1 minute each cycle. So let me show you one more time, actual full cycle here of me doing it normally. So you're just gonna run in, and again, you'll take 3 shots to get the other guys instead of 2, but these guys will die in 1 for you guys as well. So you're gonna get that one, you're gonna get that one, and then you're gonna round this corner and get this one. If he poisons you, don't worry about it. But if anything gets real weird and gets thrown off, I would just reset. If anything really weird happens, just go ahead and leave. It's just not worth the hassle of trying to hit them when they're flying around and stuff. It can really just be a nightmare. So I would probably have reset on that if I wasn't on my OP character. All right, so feet right side up, hit that. Sometimes the little guys will drop these runes, so feel free to grab those. It's either 800 or 1,100 runes from the ones that they drop. So now we're gonna get this guy. So it wasn't a perfect run, but you know, about how it'll be like this roughly. And then that, and then immediately just Grace, you know, out to the Grace. Now you just repeat that until you are done farming. Now that will get you a lot, like 10,000 a minute. I'm going to show you a quick sped up version. We've run it a few times in a row, and then we're going to take a look at how much I got in 10 minutes. Okay, so I did that for 9 minutes and 45 seconds. You can see in this frame here that I got 87,471, and I got enough runes from the random drops from those 1 gargoyles that can drop them that I ended up with right around 90,000 runes in just under 10 minutes. And it's important to know that that 9 minutes 45 seconds was with mistakes. There were a decent number of mistakes that I made. If it would have been a more clean run, I probably could have had 100,000 in 10 minutes, which would have been 600,000 per hour. In my case, I got 540,000 per hour. For you guys, if you're using the +4 sword instead of a higher one, it's probably going to vary between 450,000 an hour to 550,000 an hour. Let's just say 500,000 an hour, which is almost twice as fast as the boulder one. Now, this is not going to be as fast as the obnoxious, insane 4.6 million rune glitch thing, but if you guys want to do that, you can check the description. I'll put it below the first paragraph. If I can remember, it'll be in there somewhere if not. But this one's an alternative, especially if you killed that guy in the beginning. If you killed him, this is going to be your alternative for early game, okay? But it's just another really good rune farm. This is one that I personally did for a certain run that I had to do where I was doing something before I even got through Godric. So if you're trying to get strong before even fighting Godric, then just, you know, kill one of the dragon that was down there. He's still alive on this file. Kill that guy, and then get enough for the Sword, Knight, and Flame. Go grab it. Go do the boulder until you're strong enough, and then go grab the Sword, Knight, and Flame, and then just come here and farm this, and it's a really, really insanely good rune farming spot in Elden Ring. Early game.